What did I say? New managing moderators can support your channel and even more. Introducing managing moderators that used to have the same clothes on more. Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Well, I thought I'd take you a little tour through my new neighborhood, which I'm going to walk around the block here, show you my new neighborhood, where I'm at now. How's everybody doing? Wait till people get in here. Do a little walk and talk. Wait for people to come on. I'm JoeyC. Today, got the keys to my new home. This is some of the houses in the neighborhood. Very nice. You got the house. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. This is just some of the neighborhood. I'm just gonna take a little walk around the block. This is let's just put it this way. For the last 4 years, when I got out of prison, I lived on the east side, on 50th, on 7th Avenue, 50th East, 50th Street, above a strip mall. That was with 4 units above that were technically, they say they were apartments, but they're really not zoned for apartments. 4 years later, after the new owners took over, a bunch of commotion with I don't know. Yeah, it looks a little bit like Chad's neighborhood. No, but this is, I think, oh, yeah, could be. I mean, I don't know. Houses are beautiful here. I mean, I'm on the next block over. I'm going to walk around. But we're just over here cleaning. Christina wanted to start cleaning. And I'll show you the house, show you the backyard. And it's got a in-law house in the back. Like a mother-in-law suite, house in the back, a little house. My sister and her husband will say, but this is, you guys know where I've lived the last 4 years. This is, with me revamping my whole life and finally making a decision to get healthy and to live right. I've struggled with a lot of things in my life. I've conquered some better than others. I struggled trying to completing my goals, all due to self-inflicting pain to myself, which is, what we do. I learned that pain never goes away. It just modifies. It just, next stop, boy. Well, we got a lot of stuff in the works for that, so I'm surely gonna fight hard to get on the ballots, and I'm not gonna stop, and I'm gonna give it my all, and I'm not gonna quit until I just can't make it. I'm willing to put the work in. I've been putting the work into myself, my family, and it's been a long road, and Christina, she deserves it more than anything, losing her daughter a couple years ago. And then don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful when I got out of prison that I was able to get that apartment, because I made a promise to Christina when she said, when I get out a week after you and I go to the halfway house, are we going to be on the street? I said, I promise you won't be on the street. I'll have something. And I made sure I kept my promise. And, you got to get back on your feet and restart your whole life, because I had to start from scratch at my age. And basically, I just got depressed a lot. I started streaming, getting crazy with the streams, making myself a basket. This is my alley this is an alley. I haven't seen alleys since I lived in Chicago. So they have alleys. This beautiful home here. I really don't want to dox my block, so I'm not going to give my street name. So I'll just put it back at me now. But I'm able to do walk and talks now because I just got the weight I've already lost. And I mean, I'm not looking too bad, man. I mean, my stomach went down by half of what it was. So these pants here, look at this. Look, you can pull them out. These used to be, I could barely button. So I'm starting to go back into my jeans. I haven't worn jeans in I don't know how many, since I got all this weight. Since I haven't worn jeans in so long. And I'm actually in a pair of jeans. It's been a long time. This is my block. And like I said, it's a lot of nice homes. This whole area is under being rebuilt, or people are buying the older homes that were here and building newer homes like that. Oops, like this one, you know. So I'm saying newer homes like that, you know. Some are just fixing up the older homes, but a lot of stuff is for sale. Very, very high price in this area. You know, cheapest in this area is about $450,000. But I just to be back to somewhat of normalness, to be able to wake up in a normal bed, a normal sized room, a normal shower, a normal kitchen, proper appliances, washer and dryer. I don't have to go to the laundromat no more. Things that I was accustomed to. It's a beautiful little nice little house here. These are not too old, I don't believe. So these are my neighbors coming up to my house. And then there's people that probably lived here for all their lives. They have the houses that are a little older, but everybody's got their lawn nice and very well kept neighborhood. And I am very happy. I haven't met none of the neighbors, and it's something that I'm glad I just try to fine tune myself and get myself, because I'm no good to nobody if I'm not going to take care of myself. And that was my biggest thing is, how can I do anything for anybody, take care of my family, if I'm going to let myself go? And I'll sit down here in a minute and talk with the chat. So I'm coming into my house here, right there. So yeah. I'll show you guys, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I tell you what, it's just to be back to this. Pre-going to prison, I was in a beautiful home, and I had my man cave with pool table, slot machine, poker table. This is my driveway. So this is my kitchen. This is my lovely. I love this refrigerator. Look at that, crushed ice, cubed ice, brand new microwave, dishwasher, washer and dryer, large living room, French doors, my patio. Oh, my sister's here. My sister's at the back of the house. We did it together as a family. The complete yard is enclosed. New mulch, palm trees. Got day-laid mulch. Christina's gonna put all the plants. I'm gonna get a big barbecue grill from here to here. I love to cook. From here to here. I'm thinking about doing a regular studio, no desk, no computer. 2 leather chairs side by side with a table in the middle, microphone on the mic stand, with broadcasting from a real camera that does everything right to the internet. Instead of having a computer, I'm going to do a real podcast. I don't have to be going looking the stuff up. I'm going to do for the campaign. It's like, this is my kitchen. I'll show you this. And then I'll answer some questions, okay? We just got the keys this afternoon, so Christy wanted to. I got a jet, his and hers, all nice. The bedroom is 3 times the size of what I've lived in the last 4 years. Closet. I mean, now this This is a lease house. I'm leasing this house because I'm in that program to buy my own house. So I went ahead and the program is probably about a year worth of stuff that I have to do. I already done one class. And it's a program that gives you up to $50,000 in non-paying back if you don't keep the house. I'm going to buy something like this, but I want to be a little bit out of the city. And I want to have an extra, mine's going to be with a garage. I've got a couple houses we're looking at. And you get to pick where you want. And I've been working on my credit for the last year. And I'm almost at 700. So 850 is the max. So I'm almost hitting the 700s. I've worked hard at paying off everything I owe debt-wise. I don't like to owe anybody. I was always a guy that worked and had money, lots of money in my pocket. And I lost my way of thinking. I let myself get mushed. I mushed my own self. So my sister's little cute little house is a little small 1-bedroom. But let me go. I'm going to go out. I think we're going to be leaving, go back to the other place. I'm going to officially be moving in here, living here at this house on the 21st. Signed the lease today. Pricey, a lot of money to live here. $3,000 a month lease. But 5 people, all with incomes. That's going to be $800 a piece, something like that. Yeah. So because the rent's $33,000, and then the security deposit I put the security deposit up today. Me and my sister split that. And so let me just go sit in the car. I don't want to. All right. So anyhow, let me just see. I'm afraid I'm gonna start my car up so I can put some air. I'm always a freaking hot person. I gotta live in the freezer, And Christina's the opposite. She's like, turn day, it's so cold in here. So let's see what we got here. Drunken Donut. Are you going to not pay the rent after the? Right? Yeah. That's what I do. Let me tell you something, buddy. You can say whatever you want about me, but I've always been responsible when it comes to my bills. So you can say whatever the fuck you want to say. It don't matter. Because people like you that just hate, I just laugh at you. Spider, be nice. Thanks, Spider. You'll be coming here. So you're going to start streaming No. I'm not going to stream any. No, I'm not going to be streaming. The only time I'll be streaming, we do campaign stuff. I'm not going to be streaming. No, I'm not. No. I don't need YouTube. Okay. I'm at my retirement age. I can go draw my regular Social Security in another year. So, I paid in for 30 plus years paying taxes. So I'll be fine. So I do all right now. So, plus DoorDash I do on the side a couple of days a week. I get to bump that up. I'll go for if I'm out driving around. I hit the DoorDash button and I pick up an order here. Like yesterday, I was just driving from one place to home and I caught 4 orders in between, $5.50 a piece. Bam, bam, bam. Within 35 minutes, I had $21 made. Bam, done. I mean, just I just let that sit in the bank. So I mean, once I get my head right, I've always been, I had bad habits, so I prioritize my money in the wrong direction. But I always pay my bills first. I don't steal. I don't, the whole thing with the FEMA, yeah, I spent the money, but I surely did not initiate that or do anything with that. I had no part of that. I tried to stop it several times, and that was a bad time because when you're under the influence of drugs, you do stupid shit. She was doing stupid shit, and I told her when I finally looked at everything she did, I'm like, "Oh, we're going to prison." She says, "Why do you say that?" I go, "I guarantee you, within 2.5 years, we get a knock on the door." And sure enough, I just saw. I saw. I mean, it was obvious. And of course, I lied to them, and they charged me with making a false statement. And I was such low recidivism, whatever the word is I'm looking for, that the max they could have gave me in prison was 9 months. Because I don't have good criminal record like everybody says I do. I don't. I got maybe two pages, a little bit, not even a full page. I think I got. I've been arrested a few times, but a lot of it was bullshit. I had a lot of batteries when I was in my 20s. No one ever showed up against you. They were always dropped. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, you go through hell when you're younger. I put my dry stitch on me. You don't even know what a dry stitch is, bitch. Joey, nice guy. Joey, new place, new rules. You cannot be having rats. No. Yeah, I'm just, listen. All I wanted, I didn't want nothing more, nothing less. It's just to put my life back together when we went to prison. We had everything going in the right direction. Pre the FEMA thing. We had a nice house. I had a beautiful Harley. I had a nice car. We had the storage units going real good back then. Plus my plus I was getting my check for my disability insurance when I had to leave work, and then we were doing well, and Christina and I were just like at a time together for 4 or 5 years. We're still learning each other, but I tell you what, I couldn't have done nothing. I couldn't have become the man I am with how I changed with my heart with wasn't for her. I was a cold person. I didn't trust nobody. I was very bitter, and she put a lot of love in me. So Christina's a good woman. She really is, and she just, I don't know what to say. I'm just blessed because I could ask for better. If one of us died tomorrow, the other one would be dead within a month. They will be able to be without each other. That's a fact. I believe that to be true. It's just you love someone that's strong, and you try to be happy. It's all about happiness for me, love and happiness. The grandkids and doing the best we can. But I mean, logical is doing this program that I'm doing because I've never owned a home. First time buyers program. I qualify for all for the FHA, for the loans, the low interest rate loans. That program that Tab offers is a sweet deal. They give you up to $50,000, and you never have to pay it back as long as you don't sell the house. If you pass 20 years, but if you sell the house, you got to pay back the loan. So if you sell it ever, within the first 20 years, you have to pay, that's reasonable. It's a great program. It's only offered I live in the city of Tampa for that. So I started that program, but I knew that this house was going to be what we needed. I needed to get out of there. Listen, I could have stayed there. And the old landlord called me yesterday. Like I said, you guys remember we looked after the colonel and his wife. So the guy, his son is the one that originally owned that place. He owned it for a long 11 years, Jeff. And Jeff goes, how did we get to this place here? Because Jeff's like, you were like my best tenant ever. You always paid your rent early and on time, never late. He says, new owners take over, all this grief going on. I said, listen, it started with your manager. When we made a call, we had no water for 3 days, and started seeing a bunch of rats, and he laughed in our face. And Christina's the one that made the phone call. She had enough. And that's not like her. But she said, I can't, I'm calling code enforcement. I advised her not to do it because how political tied the colonel is. And I thought it was going to be a bad move. And you don't want to challenge people to get power and money when you ain't got it. You got no shot to win anything. And that's a fact. Christina doesn't understand politics. She just believes in what's right and wrong. And she's a fighter. And she knows that they were doing us wrong. We pay our rent. And she's right. 110%. I told you, you're right. We're 100% right. But you can't win against these guys. You're just not going to win against power and money. You can't do it. It's impossible. So I'm trying to teach you a little bit of that how people with power and money and politicians are about. So he calls, and we're talking, and he called, he sent a text, so we called from Christina's phone. And that's what he said. And then Christina got a little lippy with him. I never seen her get out of pocket talking. She's usually more calmer to me. And he's expecting me to be the one. And I'm now just talking normal. And Christina's like being me. And then she stopped. I go, Christina, listen to him. And she apologized. He goes, listen, how did we get here? You guys, they'll never pay you back for how well you took care of my parents. They ask about you guys all the time. You guys did me a solid. You were a good tenant. He goes, how are we going to get you to? I said, listen, I can leave tomorrow. I could have left last week. I left last month. But I'm being treated like a dog unfairly because of your people that didn't. You not even own the building, but they called me crying, the new owner, because they got to pay a $20,000 because I hold the mortgage, and they're already late on one payment. He said so, and they just rented two of the businesses out today downstairs. He said, what can we do to make this go away? I said, well, he goes, you're asking for an unreasonable number. I said, how's it unreasonable? was $8,000 a week. He says, because it only cost me $2,500 to evict you and your sister out of her apartment. Okay, he's got a point. He said, why would I give you 8 when I can just pay 25 to throw you out? But I go, you can't, but you won't be able to evict. And then I said, but he goes, did you pay rent this month? I go, no, I didn't. He goes, I can evict you. They can evict you. I go, but it'd be retaliation because everything's tied up with code enforcement. And plus, an injury, I fell down the stairs when he was the owner. Christina, the wall fell on her. I go, so we can take a small clean and tie this up. Back and forth, but he gave me, you're right on this, you're right on that. But he goes, I know you don't want to do it. I go, I don't want to do none of this. I told Christina, I don't want to make enemies nobody. So we come to a number, and so there's about half of that. And he said that I'm gonna put it in a contract. I'll send you a text, an official text. It's just as good as a legal contract, and we come to agreement. This is what you get. When you hand me the keys to those 2 apartments, I'll give you that. So that little help to get into this place, you know, so I can put that back in the bank for the holidays. And I did a 2-year lease here, but I'm gonna be out of here in 1 year because I got to do a year about with that program, and I should be in by my 61st birthday. I'll be in my own land, my own property, and my own home. So that's like I said, I feel human, a normal human being right now, and I haven't felt in a long time. It's hell living over that place. You know, you go to the back door. That's why I said, and I kept eating and gaining weight and fighting people on the internet. And my health, let me tell you something. I was very close to death. If I would have kept the pace I was going, I probably would have died sometime this year or sometime early next year. I probably wouldn't have made it. I would have been dead by the time either before 60 or right after 60. Maybe I would have made it to 61. I was gaining weight so rapidly. I was eating foolishly, recklessly. I wasn't sleeping. I was arguing and bringing my blood pressure up. I was this close to being diabetic. Now, you see this thing here? Can you see it? That is for my glucose. It's a reader. A reader beeps every 15 minutes. Now, I was just under being a diabetic, which is like in the high 140s or something, 150s, I think, 160s around there. I was at 135, 140, 145, 150. I was right there. Proud to say today, my glucose is at 70, 69, 71, 72, because of just the weight I've lost so far and the eating habits, how I changed and got rid of. I guess I am eating a little bit too much carbohydrates still. Because I eat I like mashed potatoes with my meals. I can have that, but I got to cut back on my carbs. And I'm eating too much protein. I can't. At your body, I got to lower my protein intake and my carbohydrates a little bit. I'm eating too much protein, but it's finally working. I don't have the aches and pains I have. My pants, I'm able to fit my clothes. So I got another 6 months of the program, and hopefully I'll make my weight. And I promise you guys, then I'll start working out, and I'm going to get toned, and I'm going to live a nice life through my 60s and 70s. Nice fit, stay young, lots of sex. As always, I say sex is the best tool in the world for anybody. Whether you're with a male or female, whatever your preference is. Sex is a good relief. Let me talk to the channel. Let me start from the bottom, go back. Drunken Death. Now that you have the new place, are you going, okay, are you going to carry her over the... Yeah. No, I don't. That's cool. So what if you lose a couple of toes? No, I don't. I'm not in jeopardy of that. My feet are not swollen no more. Listen, I found a doctor, and I can say my last 3 doctors were horseshit. And there's not a lot of good doctors in Florida. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Florida's a horseshit place to. They do. I talk to a lot of seniors that say don't get knee surgeries here. They're horrible. But I was breaking down, or I would have just. I wouldn't have had much time. I wouldn't if I had, let's say, top 3 years. If I would have went, I'll say this: top 3 years I would have had left if I'd have stayed the pace I was going. Now, if I reverse this and get to where I'm going to be and keep it and just here, this is where I was screwed up at here. I just want to live a peaceful life in my old age, and stay young as much as I can. You should do a show where you help people scam a different landlord. Yeah, that's it. Listen, pal, you want to go scam? You're more than free to take my place. I don't do scams. Okay, your greatest scamming. How am I greatest scamming landlords? How am I great? I came today with the cash. I signed the lease. I done everything. We sat down for every day for an hour and a half each day the last 3 days because he didn't want to give up this. And I said, listen, you got to come down on this. Excuse me. And he goes, well, then I want you to do this. So to get him to 2 things I wanted, I wasn't supposed to take this over to December 1st. He goes, there's 24 days left in November. And he goes, I'll eat 14 days of it. You do the lease today. You give me the deposit. And you don't have to, but you have to pay the last 10 days of November rent, $100 a day, which comes out about. So you give me just to get that extra $1,000. But I got what I wanted, where the deposit was a lot more. So I got half the deposit knocked down. So I only pay $3,000 deposit. Okay, he wanted first, last, and security. Didn't have to do that. So it balanced out. And then I only wanted to do a 1-year lease. He made me do a 2-year lease. But I told him, I said, if this program's done and I get my house next year, I'm breaking that lease, pal. And so he put a clause in there. If that happens, so I go, I want that in writing. So he did that. And then he goes, well, I want this in writing. You got to promise. And we do it back and forth. Today, or last night, I talked to him on the phone. I said, okay, we agree and everything. He goes, send me everybody's driver's license and social securities, and I'll write the lease up and meet you tomorrow, 11 o'clock at my office. Okay. Went here, wrapped it up. I said, listen, what kind of sit down is this? You're supposed to feed me. I'm Italian. And he goes, he's an old guy. He's like 75 years old. He's an Indian guy. And he goes, my manners. And he brings out this cake. I go, I don't want no cake. Where I go, he goes, I go order the sandwich shop. I go, you know what? I got to teach you everything, don't I? I was busting his chops. He's a nice guy. And he's very happy. And he wanted to just talk every day and get to sit down with us and meet us, see what kind of people we were, I guess. And I'm content. So you can say whatever you want, buddy, because everything you say is the direct opposite of what you're saying. Okay, Mr. Meat Whistle now has 2 boots for Catalano Con. Buy tickets down. That's good. All right, nice guy, Joey. We believe in you, and you won't interfere with your doing the obligation completely on your own. Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, my sister didn't want to separate. Wanted to be close, and my sister works hard, and they make a good living. So, we just split everything in the middle. We did the lease together. The 5 of us are on the lease. Me, my wife, Christina, my brother-in-law, and then my other brother-in-law. And that's it. Everything's done good. Everything was done right, properly. And I got what I wanted. He got what he wanted. Everybody's happy. Christina's happy. She don't have to go to laundromat no more. She's got a home again. And it'll make her feel good for this holiday, because she's bad holiday without her daughter. Hopefully this will ease the pain for her. How much loot did Christina get from the colonel's place? 0. Get the phone away from the AC, dummy. No. I'm with you, Joe. You're going to make America great again. Well, like I said, I'm a long shot. I got 1 in 10 million, maybe 20 million, but I'm not going to give up until I have to. So I'm gonna work hard at it. I got some volunteers. Start getting some volunteers in some other states, and we'll put it together. And we'll just get out there and work. Like I said, I'm not a politician. I'm not a rich guy. I'm a poor guy. I'm a guy that's an average guy, an average normal human being. A working American who was an addict, who went to prison. I've went through life struggles like every poor person out here, but we don't need a politician anymore. We don't need people with money anymore. We don't need corruption. We need people that are going to stand together as people and we don't need to worry about other foreign countries and paying the other foreign countries and taking care of their people. We need to take care of ours first. We need to take care of our own people first. We've got to make us strong again to take care of the American people first before we worry about outside places. That's the first and foremost thing that's got to be done. It has to be done. You understand? So, and it's just got it. We have to think of America first, not send billions of dollars over to other countries. That's got to stop. So, and the people you got to believe in something, and you got and the people should all have a word. People trust these politicians, and they're just, it's horrible. So, yeah, like you have a grip on politics. Listen, I'm learning. but I do know politics because I grew up in Chicago, which is a very political, high political, very corrupt, a lot of corruption in Chicago, much corruption. And I've seen corruption, I've seen what they do, and I see how they do things. So yes, I might not know. I know how. I just know how. I know how politics work, and I've seen so much corruption in the place that I grew up at, and it's always been to this day. They say Chicago is the number one most corrupt city. It's always been like that. You know, you make money, make things go away. Crooked cops, it's always corruption. So I do know about politics. I do know how it works. I know that you scratch my back, I scratch your back was a very good policy that worked very well with certain people. So you know what I'm saying? So let's go in here. Let's see what we got. They have a separate house in the back. So if you paid attention, they don't live. We have the front house. They have a back house. So my sister's a newlywed, so I'm sure she has just as much sex with her husband, and whatever. They have their own house. Raffle the Harley for charity. I'm not raffling nothing. When my Harley's done, I'm going to drive it, and I'm going to drive it when I want to ride it, and then eventually I'm going to buy another one, and hopefully I'm going to get. I'm either going to get my Dyna, find me a Dyna, like I had, or I might get a Road King. I don't know. Are you planning on bringing some of the junk from? I'm not bringing nothing from over there. I'm not bringing nothing but my clothes, my personal papers, my family photos, my pots and my pan, my cookware, because I got a nice cookware. I love to cook. My rugs that I bought, we just bought recently to bring my rugs, my new desk, everything else I'm leaving there. I don't want none of it. I'll buy all new stuff. Okay, are you planning? So yes. So, okay. So Joey, admit you informed of your own wife. Really? I informed on your own wife. It's just you are insanely, stupidly nuts to even make a stupid statement like you. You know what? I really feel sorry for someone like you. You must be lonely and don't have nobody. Because first of all, I ain't never ratted on anybody in my fucking life ever, and never will till the day I die ever. And second of all, I would never do nothing to hurt my wife. I love my wife too much. So you go admit what you want to do, cry, scream. Because if you make a statement like that again, you'll never be in this stream again. Ever be in my chat room again. I'll take that to the bank. The poor neighbors, yeah. The poor neighbors, yeah. Yep. You know what? You want to be borderline out of here too? With statements like that? So Joey can't afford that place. Joey can't afford this place. Diablo sandwich. I can't afford this place. All right. Thank you. All right. Joey's new place, new rules. Okay, wait right there. Yeah. Okay. I'm happy for you. Sanford and Son. Now that's true. The old place was worse than Sanford and Son. You do. I don't steal shit, pal. I'm not a thief. Never been a thief. Okay? I don't have to steal anything. I pay for what I want. Are you going to miss your old junkyard? No. Telly Savalas. Will you be able to make your payments though? Yes. Plenty of income just between me and Christina and my brother-in-law Kevin. We have plenty of income. All right. Will you pay the inside of the closet door? No. Okay. I don't have to do anything here. There were in your $800. Then where is your 800 coming from? What 800? What are you talking about? 800 Diablo. I don't know what you're talking about. Then where is your 800 coming from? What 800? I don't understand what that means. Who said anything about 800? He's busy, you idiot. He's running for president. Thank you. YouTube needs you. Well, appreciate that, Sam. Good to see you. The Great Southern Tread Kill. Let Spider move in. Make it 9 people. There's only 3 people in the main house and 2 people in the back house. You moron. Are you that illiterate that you know how to count? I mean, what the fuck, man? Are you any good places to start a gay limo pimping business? I don't know. Why don't you come out and try it if that's what you desire to do? What you're talking about? I'm a huge fan. I am voting for you. Okay, well then chill. Okay, Brock. Looks like a more relaxing house. Well done, dude. Thank you, Brian. Well, it just looks like it's just more normal. That's all. to be back to normal. I don't. The neighbors seem all nice. The guy next door has been on the porch talking on his phone, drinking. I mean, he's having a few drinks, but I think he's a lawyer. I think I heard him talking about a couple cases. He was on the porch. I think the guy was a lawyer. I think. Could be wrong. Thank you, Bo Beardington. Appreciate that, buddy. So you're going to start streaming now. I'm not gonna start streaming every day. Playing feeding your dogs to the train. Yeah. Nice, Spider. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, oh man. Are you going to not pay the rent after the first month? Yeah, we already read that one. All right, is there anything worth anything to read here? Bro, your breathing's very heavy. I am breathing heavy? No, I'm not breathing. It's like I used to breathe heavy, really bad. But I've got that under control. I've always been like that, though, even when I was skinny. I don't know why. Alex Dyer really hooked you up. Yeah, Alex Dyer. So Joey Catalano hooked myself up, and my wife, and my and us doing hard work and doing right by each other. Joey, thanks for stopping by our show the other night, bro. Oh, no problem, man. I appreciate that. You do a good show, NJ Ranger. I really enjoyed it. I just want to find some good shows I can enjoy when I want to watch them. Sometimes it's hard for me to go in chat rooms because I don't want to disturb the podcaster, because if I'm going to have haters in there, it's going to be it's going to disturb the people that are streaming, because people are going to be attacking me. But if I got people that just say hello, and I try to say hello to everybody and be polite back, I don't try to come down and interrupt. Sometimes that's why I just sit there and watch shows and I don't even say hello. I don't want people to know I'm there, because it could go either way, good or bad. And I don't want to disrupt the person. But you did a great job the other day. You're doing very well, NJ Ranger. Very well. You know what you're doing. Very good. And congratulations. Exactly. You need some peace and quiet while you're running for. Yeah, I need just peace and tranquility in my life, and I'm going to get that because I demand it. I demanded in my retirement. I demand it, and that's what I deserve. So, my daughter will be home. Jesus, it's gonna go by fast. Can't believe she's down to her out date's May 27th. They gave her out date a couple days ago. May 27th. That's 6 weeks, 6 months, and 6.5 months, 6 months, 3 weeks, or something like that. So I talked to her again today, and she's happy. She just wants to come home and start her life over. Everyone want to count Joey's stacks. How many of your boxes have rat babies? I didn't bring no boxes, buddy. I told you I'm bringing all my clothes, my wardrobe, all my pictures, family photos, my podcast stuff.
We interrupt our regularly special program. Wait a minute, we just got this in.
I don't know why I'm getting called during my live stream, but I have to put this on Do Not Disturb. Then I need to put this on Do Not Disturb, because if I don't, okay, so. From objects, paying like $250 a month to the. No, I was paying $1,100 a month, everything included at the other place, but I didn't pay water, I didn't pay electric, I didn't pay sewer, I didn't pay garbage. Everything was included by rent over there, which was perfect when I got out of prison, because I needed something to be reasonable. This is quite a bit more, but because there's 2 houses on the property, my sister's got the small one, and we're splitting the rent every month, $15.50 a piece a month on the rent, which I could take care of by myself. I don't even need Christina's income or my brother-in-law's income. And then my sister, she could take care of, she didn't even need her husband's money. She could pay it, me and her could pay it. And then there's electric, and the electric bill, I think it averages about $350, $400 a month here. And my sister's got the smaller house, so I only charge her 30% of that, and I'll take care of 70% of that. And then the water, sewer, and garbage, the only cost if you run that washing machine, it's got central air and heat, but it also has air conditioners in every room, and it's cheaper. So it's me. I like to run the central air and keep it ice box, but now I don't have to do that, because now I can keep the central air off, and if I'm cold, if I'm hot, I just go into the room and put the little air conditioner on, and then it'll be a lot cost efficient, because I get hot real easy. I don't know why. So Joey went. So yeah. So get your shit right, Diablo Salmon. Okay, so I got a $2 super chat. Shirley Madoff, $2. Sweet crack den. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you got enough room to dance in there for sure. That's for sure. Yeah. The main thing is I got breathing room to just be normal. That's it. Anyhow, all right, I'm gonna go. I hope everybody enjoyed it. And Shuli Madoff, 10 months Alpha Shot Lounge. Thank you, Shuli Madoff. Thank you for being a member for 10 months. Thank you. Let me double check that. That's one thing I want to double check before I go off and make sure there's any more of those. Like I said, I don't know when I'll stream. I just wanted to come in and share with you guys, but you still got your jerk offs here, so and that's cool. I got too much good things going in my life that I got to keep going and keep chucking away, and I got no time for nonsense. Okay. Thank you. That's two things. All right. Let's see. Last minute questions. Anybody want to ask anything else? Here's your chance. Have a great. Thank you, Drunken Donut. You too, sir. Sewer, with the water department, you pay water. They say sewer, water, and garbage collection comes on the one bill with the water department. It's all in one bill. So some areas in Tampa they just do sewer and water because you got to pay. Every house has got to pay a sewer fee, for sewerage fee. That's standard in most states. I don't know how it is where you live, but then some of them throw the garbage pick because we live in the city. So the city of Tampa has their own garbage department that'll come and pick up your garbage. So they just include it in one. So that's how that works. Do you have plans on putting any tents in the backyard for any other people? No, I have no, I don't. All right, everything. Anybody got last minute questions? You need a haircut? I don't need a haircut. What are you talking about? My hair's. I just got a haircut. What are you talking about? I need a shave. My hair's not that long. What are you talking about? My hair's short. My personality? I think I got a good personality. But I don't understand what the guy said. I need a haircut. Can I rent out a room? No, sorry. Hey, Nick, OG, hey, Joey, good to see you streaming again. Well, I'm just touching base with everybody, but thank you. Good to see you, OG. Mama Nick, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm not sure how it was possible to read the chat from back to front, but you did it. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I tried to. I'm just trying to be as pleasantable as I can with everybody. Don't keep any nights in the house. You know what? It's funny that you said that. When this first happened back in 2016, and she went to jail, and then we raised the bond money, got her out, and she stayed with us. Not with us. She went to her mom's. But then after a few months, she wanted to come visit us. So we let her come out for the first time. We let her come out for the weekend. That's the first thing Christina and I did. We went to the kitchen and we took every freaking sharp object out of the kitchen and went to the store and got plastic knives, plastic spoons, plastic forks, paper plates. I swear to God, that's the first thing we did. And we told her, and she just, I said, you can't, listen, I love my daughter to death, and I know it was just a one-time thing that happened that shouldn't have happened. And she just went snapped and she regrets it. But that's the first thing we did. Here's what my logic is. I don't think she ever wants to go back to prison again, because if she ever did something like that again, she'd get life in prison and she'd die in prison. And I don't think after what the hell she's been through the last 7 years, that she's mature now. She's 31 tomorrow. Or her birthday's right now. Is it 12? What time is it? If it's 12, she's 31 today. So she's matured a lot. That happened 10 years ago when she was 21. Deaf kids are very temperamental, very angry. They have a lot of anger issues. And Heather was a very angry child. I had many problems with her at school. She was always in and out of trouble, always. And she's got that rich Italian blood mixed with her mother's blood. And she, being deaf, profoundly deaf, she just had a temper that I haven't seen in some of the worst men in my family. She beats it all. She's strong as 10 men. She could fight like a man and punch. She could box somebody and hit. She hits so hard, she breaks jaws. She's unbelievable at fighting. When she first went into county jail and before some girl kept messing with her, and she fought this girl. She beat the shit out of this girl, and I don't know how she catch another charge. But the girl was so petrified. They said she broke a lot of bones in this girl's face. She beat this girl to a pulp, but she didn't start it. That's why I guess the sheriff pulled the video and said that the girl swung on her and started beating on her, and my daughter was taking it, and finally she just snapped, and she's lucky she didn't kill this lady. And she's got a bad temper. That's one thing. Once she goes full throttle, nobody can hold her back. I don't even think I can hold her back anymore. I used to. I was the only one that could control her. But she doesn't want to be angry no more. She learned her lessons, and she wants to get her new cochlear implant. She wants to, go back to school, and she wants to go to learn how to do nails. And I told her she could teach sign language. She's so fluent in sign. There's a lot of things she could do, but she regrets what she did. She's got to live with that the rest of her life. But we forgive her, and I love her. She's my daughter, and that's all I can say. It's a thing that should have never happened, and it did. And I don't know what I know the why. And I know when. I just don't know. I take that back. I know how she did it. I know when she did it. I don't know the why. I never could figure out the why. I just don't know what made her snap to that degree. And I wish I never really asked her. I didn't. I try not to bring it up to her. I try not to. She's asked me how much damage did we really get after what she did to us, and I don't let her know that because I don't want to put that burden on her. I love her too much as my daughter. I lived. We got lucky. And she got lucky that Christina had a lot of love for her because she was going for 30 to life for attempted murder. And that's plain simple. For what she got, she better count her blessings. And she does. And and like the prosecutor, she had to live with that. As she gets older, she had to eat her up in her mind until the day she died. And it does. She has nightmares about it. And she'll call, she calls me every day through the relay. And she'll cry and I'm so sorry, Dad. I just hope you never hate me. I go, Heather, stop. We don't hate you. We love you. She's just very remorseful. She knows it's wrong. She said, I've been in hell, but I'm glad I came to prison because it woke me up and I got to control my anger issues. Heather, I've been going with this with you your whole life. I never left her side. I was a good father to her, but I spoiled her. I gave in to her a lot. And that's where I think I made my mistake because she was deaf. I took up for her all the time. I babied her. Dominic used to get mad at me because you baby her too much just because she's deaf. You shouldn't do that. You're making a monster out of her. You give her way. He was right. I should have never, when she needed to be punished, I should have punished her. I didn't. I gave her a lot of leniency because she was deaf and I felt bad for that, because I blamed myself. And then I go, but there's no deafness in my family. Why did this happen? And I still don't know why she was deaf. We still don't know because nobody was deaf on either side, her mother's side or my side. So I don't know. It's just a fortunate thing. God made her deaf. I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing. Who knows? But people, thank you for the wonderful evening. Take care of yourself. Peace.